It is considered that Sardis, now Sart Mustafa, was founded towards the end of the 2nd millennium BC. To the east were the Hittites, and their presence is evidenced by rock face reliefs near Izmir. There is little documentation of the history of the city until the early 7th century BC. However, it is known that the city was ruled by Gyges, circa 685–645 BC, when the Cimmerian hordes arrived in the area, and when Croesus, 561–546 BC, was on the throne, the city fell to the Persians, Croesus' army having been defeated by the army of Cyrus the Great. Sardis then became the capital of the satrapy established there. In this period, the famous royal highway provided the link between the east and west. The army of Xerxes I wintered in Sardis in 401 BC before marching on Greece, and that of Cyrus the Younger before the Persian campaign of 401 BC. There are also contemporary references to the Lydians and the gifts of gold their rulers sent to the temples of Delphi, Miletus, and Ephesus, for their kingdom was rich in this precious metal. Towards the end of the 2nd century BC, the region became part of the Roman Empire, but before that it was ruled by Alexander the Great, then by Lysimachus, and finally by the Seleucians. Among the churches revealed by excavations in Sardis is the one next to the southeast corner of the Temple of Artemis, which served as a chapel from the cemetery. Items found on the site prove that it was built before 400, although additions were made in the 6th century. There were also 2 churches near the path leading to the Temple of Artemis. The older one probably dates from the 4th century and is the earliest in the region. Its size points to the existence of a large Christian community in the city, and it consisted of a narthex, a nave with aisles, and a courtyard. A second smaller church dates from the Lascarid period and was built in the ruins of the previous one, material from which were used in its construction. The history of the Jewish community in Sardis dates back at least to the 2nd century BC. After the fall of Jerusalem in 586 BC, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, moved the Jewish royal family, nobility, literate classes, and craftsmen to his capital, where they stayed until its conquest by Cyrus the Great of Persia in 539 BC. A year later, Cyrus permitted the exiled Jews to return to Jerusalem. Documents indicate that some of these Jews were exiled to the west of Asia Minor, probably to Sardis, then the center of the Seleucian administration. The synagogue in Sardis was originally a secular building near the city's gymnasium. Its conversion into a synagogue took place sometime between 150 and 250 AD. Its size and rich ornamentation show the esteem and status enjoyed by the Jewish community of Sardis.